In this video, we are going to discuss about tie-set matrix. Tie-set matrix is used to find mesh current or loop current. Thereby, we can utilize tie-set matrix in graph theory in order to find branch current. It is done by using a process which is analogous to mesh analysis. In mesh analysis, the steps involved are, first of all, we need to identify loops. Then in that loops, we need to assume loop current. Then select each loop, that is one by one we will select the loops or meshes. Then apply KVL in each loop or meshes. Then represent KVL equation in matrix form. That means after applying KVL in each loops, we can obtain simultaneous equation that we need to represent in matrix form and solve these variables using matrix representation method. So this was the steps which is involved in mesh analysis in order to solve a given network. So similar to that one, same steps are adopted here also. To obtain loop current using graph theory, we need to develop a matrix known as tie-set matrix, and it is usually represented by B matrix. So B matrix stands for tie-set matrix. So in order to discuss the procedure to build tie-set matrix, first of all, let's consider a graph of a network like this. Here 4 nodes are there. This 4th node is taken as reference and 6 branches are there, and the direction of current in each branches are marked. So it is an oriented graph. So in order to build tie-set matrix, B matrix, first of all, we need to take any tree of this graph. We know the relationship between incident matrix and number of trees. So number of trees in a graph is nothing but determinant of A transpose. So that much number of trees are able to draw from a given graph. So anyway, the first step in order to build tie-set matrix is take any tree of this graph. So let's take an arbitrary tree like this. So it includes all nodes without any closed path. So into this tree, if we are adding co-trees, it becomes complete graph. This is our complete graph. So into this tree, if we are adding co-tree by means of dotted line like this becomes a complete graph. And another point is, we know in the case of tree there is no closed path. So if we are adding link 1, see, suppose we are adding link 1, it becomes a closed path. Clear? It becomes a closed loop. Then this loop is known as fundamental loop. In order to build the B matrix, we need to know what is fundamental loop or F loop. So the addition of one and one link on a tree that create a loops, and that loop is known as fundamental loop. Similarly, if we are adding another link, say link 2, this is link 2, it creates another loops. So this is one loop, this is fundamental loop, this is fundamental loop, fundamental loop 1. So this one is another fundamental loop. Clear? Similarly, if we are adding third link, this is third link, it creates another loop. This is fundamental loop 3. So if we are considering another loop, say I am going to mark it with another color. Suppose we are considering this loop. See this loop. This is also one loop, but it is not fundamental loop. In fundamental loop, there contains only single link. What is link? Link is nothing but branches of co-tree is known as link. Branches of tree is known as twig. So if we are considering the loop which is created by means of branches 1, 2, 4, 6, then that is a loop, but it is not a fundamental loop. Why? Because it contains two links. In the case of first fundamental loop, the closed path is formed by the elements 1, 5 and 6. In that elements only one link is present, so it is fundamental loop. Similarly, in the case of this loop, fundamental loop 2, 2, 4, 5 are the elements or branches. In that only 2 belongs to link, so it is a fundamental loop. If you are considering another loop like this blue line, Is this is a fundamental loop? It is not a fundamental loop. Why? Because in that loop it contains 3 links. So it is not a fundamental loop. I hope you got the idea related to the difference between fundamental loops and simple loops. Okay. So in the above graph, what are the twigs? Twigs are the branches of tree. Branches of trees are 4, 5 and 6. So twigs are 4, 5 and 6. So links are 1, 2 and 3. So addition of link 1 to this tree that create a loops, and this loop is known as fundamental loops. So addition of link 1, it create a loop like this. Addition of link 2, again it will create a loop like this. Here only 1 links are present in each loop. Similarly, addition of number 3 link that create another loop, it is also belongs to fundamental loops. So addition of each link create each fundamental loop, single fundamental loop. So a loop formed in a tree due to the addition of one and only one link is termed as fundamental loop or F loop. So number of fundamental loop is equal to number of links. So this is shown here. This is fundamental loop 1, this is fundamental loop 2 and this is fundamental loop 3. So in a fundamental loop there contains only one link and the direction of link current determines the direction of loop current. So loop currents also sometimes termed as link current. Why? Because its loop current is decided by the link current direction. So whatever be the link current direction, that is taken as the loop current direction. Sometimes it is also known as loop current is also known as link current. So you need to note these points. For a given tree of a given graph, addition of each link between two nodes form a loop called fundamental loop. The circulating current through fundamental loop is also known as link current. It can be called it as loop current also. It can be called it as loop current or link current. And another point is tie set is a set of branches that forms fundamental loop in which link current flows. Link current or loop current flows. So the set of branches that forms fundamental loops are known as tie set. So tie set is a set of branches that forms fundamental loop in which link current flows. So the first step in order to build tie set matrix is take any tree of the graph. Then second step is identify number of fundamental loops, which is equal to number of links. Here we can have 3 links, so number of fundamental loop is 3. And assume the direction of loop current as that of the link current. If we are taking fundamental loop 1, the direction of this loop current is equal to the direction of this link current. So it is like this. Similarly, if you are taking this fundamental loop, the loop current can be taken in this manner. Direction is same as that of this link 2. Similarly, if we are considering fundamental loop 3, the direction of loop current is equal to or take it as the direction of third link like this. So that is step number 2. So after identifying fundamental loops and its direction of currents, we can write down KVL equation in each loop. So third step is apply KVL in each loop using rules such that Bij is equal to plus 1 when branch Bij is in fundamental loop I and its direction of current is coincide with loop current direction. If branch current direction and loop current directions are same, it is taken as plus 1. If they are opposite, if branch current direction is opposite to the loop current direction, assumed positive direction, it is taken as negative. When branch J is not in fundamental loop, that entry is taken as 0. Here we took the first link is connected like this between node 1 and 2. It forms a fundamental loops. What are the branches involved in these fundamental loops? 1, 5 and 6. So V1 plus V5. Why? Because its direction is same as that of this loop current. Then minus 6 is coming. Why? Because branch current direction is opposite to our loop current. So it is minus V6 is equal to 0. So V1 plus V5 minus V6 is equal to 0. That is the KVL equation in fundamental loop 1. Next, let's take fundamental loop 2. So this is your fundamental loop. Here the direction of loop current is taken as the direction of this link 2. So let's consider the KVL equation over here. So V2 plus V4 is same direction as that branch current direction is same as that of this loop current. In branch 5 the direction of loop current and branch current is opposite, so its sign is minus V5. So the equation becomes V2 plus V4 minus V5 is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 2. Similarly, third loop. In third loop, the branches involved are branches 3 and 4. Here the branches involved are 2, 4 and 5. So in this case, in third fundamental loop, the equation becomes V3 minus V4 is equal to 0. Why? Because branch current 4 and loop current directions are opposite. So its direction is negative. So V3 minus V4 is equal to 0. Let it be equation number 2. Now we can express these three equations. Equation number 1 which is obtained from fundamental loop 1. Equation number 2 which is obtained from fundamental loop 2. And equation 3 which is obtained from fundamental loop 3. We can express those three equations in matrix form like this. Then this matrix is termed as tie-set matrix. This matrix is termed as tie-set matrix. This matrix is branch matrix, branch voltage matrix, and this is null matrix. So in general we can write down this equation: B matrix into branch voltage matrix is equal to null matrix. B VB is equal to 0. In order to build the tie-set matrix, there is a simple way. Size of B matrix is equal to fundamental loop by branches. How many fundamental loops are there? Here 3 fundamental loops are there. How many branches are there? 6 branches are there. So its size is 3 by 6. And loop 1, fundamental loop 1, we can call it as L1. Fundamental loop 2, we can call it as L2. Fundamental loop 3, we can call it as loop 3. So branches is column and loops are rows. So let's consider loop 1, fundamental loop 1. What are the branches involved in that? Branches 1, 5 and 6. So corresponding to branch 1, L1 direction, fundamental loop direction, and this direction is same. So its entry is +1. Why? Because we took the fundamental loop direction based on this only. So its entry is defaultly 1. Now let's consider fifth entry. So fifth branch and loop current directions are same. So its sign is positive. And sixth branch current is opposite to fundamental loop current. So it is -1. All other entries are zeros. Very simple. Similarly, when we are taking loop 2, fundamental loop 2, the entries or branches involved are 2, 4 and 5. So here 2 direction is taken as the loop current direction. So second entry, this entry is 1. And fourth one direction is exactly equal to this loop current. So fourth one entry is also +1. And direction of fifth branch current is opposite to fundamental loop 2. So it is -1 and remaining entries are zeros. Similarly, when we are considering loop 3, what are the branches involved? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. We can mark 1, 1 like this. Let's see what is the sign of these two ones later. So the fundamental loop current direction and this third branch directions that are same. So this is +1. And what about the fourth branch current? It is opposite to the fundamental loop current. So it is -1. So this is the easiest way in order to build the B matrix. Next, let's see the relationship between loop current, that is link current, and branch current. Let's consider the earlier graph itself. These are the fundamental loops. And let IL1, IL2 and IL3 be the loop currents. So IL1 represent fundamental loop current, IL2 represent fundamental loop current 2, and IL3 represent fundamental loop current 3. And the branch current be represented by I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 and I6 respectively for branches 1 to 6. So by inspection, we can write down this equation. What is I1 branch current 1? It is nothing but fundamental loop 1 current. So that is IL1. I1 is equal to IL1. Similarly, what is I2 branch current 2? It is nothing but fundamental loop current I2, IL2. Similarly, what is I3? I3 is fundamental loop current IL3. So these three equations we can easily find out by looking into the graph itself. Similarly, what is I4? What is I4 direction? Towards down. So I4 is IL2 minus IL3. I4 is IL2 minus IL3, like this. Similarly, what is I5? When we are considering I5, its direction is downward. So it is IL1 minus IL2. It is IL1 minus IL2. Similarly, what is I6? I6 is opposite to that of IL1. That is I6 is equal to minus IL1. Let it be equation number A. This expression, this equation we can represent it in matrix form like this. I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6 represent branch currents. So this matrix is actually branch current matrix. We can call it as branch current matrix, IB. And this matrix, when we are copying these earlier matrix, this is the B matrix which we got earlier. So when we are looking this B matrix and this matrix which we got from this relation, that is branch current and loop current relation, we can write down easily this equation. This matrix is transpose of this matrix, or this matrix is transpose of B matrix. Now we can write down this relation. Branch current matrix is B transpose, tie-set matrix transpose into loop current matrix. Now we can conclude the two information which we got from KCL and KVL. From KCL we got incident matrix into IB, branch current matrix is equal to 0. This is actually KCL equation. Then from that also we got the relation between node voltage and branch voltage like this. A transpose into node voltage gives branch voltage. Similarly, in this tie-set matrix, by applying KVL, we got this relation. B matrix into branch voltage matrix is null matrix. And the relationship between loop current and branch current matrix can be related like this. B transpose into loop current gives branch current matrix. Now I am giving one homework to you. Obtain B matrix for the graph shown below, taking all possible tree of this graph.